No, I think I find masala here. Like this is my masala because I think there is no better, recipe to engage audiences than emotional journeys. Of course, I'm not blowing up cars and big action sequences, but to be honest, I'm a very lazy guy. लड़का लड़की को मिलता है, आंखों में बातें हो जाती हैं, प्यार हो जाता है और मुझे as I was getting older, मुझे लगा that's not how things happen. Deepika was somebody who was always my number one choice for the part, and then Siddhant is somebody I saw in MC Shade, and I saw immense potential.
Yes.
Ananya is somebody I'd met. My co-writer had spent some time with her. She thought she could be quite right for the part, and I thought she would be. And there is somebody we found through auditions and casting. So it's been my dream to work with Naseer Saab. Everything was, pulling each other like, come on, do one. Okay, try this way, try that way. Okay, today you're fucking taking too many takes and, stuff like that.
Hi, hello, namaskar. You all are watching Punjab Kesari Nawazuddin Times. I'm Nawazuddin Siddiqui with you. And today I have with me a filmmaker who is always coming out with some very unique ideas on family, on love, and now on relationships with his film Gehraiyan. So let's welcome him on the show. Mr. Shakun Batra is with us right now. Shakun, welcome to Punjab Kesari Group. Kaise hain?
Hi, Namita. It's my pleasure.
So Shakun, my first question is the trailer is receiving so much good response, positive response. So how much are you happy or convinced with people giving this kind of a response to the trailer?
I'm getting nervous now. First, I was very happy, excited. And then, as I started to speak more and more people, everyone's like, we're expecting this, we're expecting that. I'm like, oh my God, because everyone's building a story in their head. And I'm like, it better now, match their version of the film they're all watching in their heads. But at the same time, I'm very excited. I think the nervousness is coming from a place of excitement and, like this idea that I really want the film to now go out for people to watch it. And I can't wait. I hope it meets everyone's expectations. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Very nice. Can I ask you, Gehraiyan was all in all your idea to come up with a film like this?
No, I've always wanted to dabble with infidelity as a story. But Aisha and I, who's also my co-writer for my previous two films, she and I started working on the story together. And then, our team grew bigger. I had Sumit Roy, who stepped in to also work on the screenplay with us. And then we had Yash, who joined us to do the dialogues with Aisha. So, it started with me and Aisha, and just like always, we build the story, then the screenplay, and then things go from there,
In this era of masala movies, it's like way to success. You are always coming up with some unique ideas. Like first we have saw Ek Mein Aur Ek Kun, then Kapoor and Sons. It's personally one of my favorite movies. And now this Gehraiyan. So is it a conscious decision of yours?
No, I think I find masala here. Like this is my masala.
Right.
I think everyone likes to cook different meals. This is the masala that I like. This is what I find a lot of satisfaction, and I find it very rewarding because I think there is no better recipe to engage audiences than emotional journeys. Of course, I'm not blowing up cars and big action sequences, but to be honest, I'm a very lazy guy. I don't know how I would do it. If I had to stand on
really
cars. Well, I'm lazy to a point. I guess if I'm not interested in doing it, then I won't be able to do it. No matter how much money you give me. If tomorrow Namita you came to me and said, I'm going to give you 50 crores if you go make this film, I would probably do a terrible job because I wouldn't be able to. I would get bored standing on set, blowing up cars and stuff like that.
I always compare films with typical masalas that we put in our food, है ना? So it's a kind of a recipe that we get when we make it, है ना? You also compared it to some extent.
Absolutely.
May I know what kind of a masala do you expect, or do we expect in Gehraiyan?
Oh, it's I would say it's gourmet food. It's a it's a 5-course meal and gourmet food. It has a lot of different things that are happening in it. It's not one thing. So you're gonna have bursts of different flavors. It has small, fun, flirtatious scene which is like appetizer, and then it goes on to a main course, which is heavy on intense emotions and drama, and then it ends
Wow.
with a bit of a bittersweet or sweet dessert. Like
Aha, wow.
a little dark chocolate dessert. So if that's what you're comparing a meal with, then maybe that's how I would like to describe Gehraiyaan. But I mean, I think you have to watch it to decide. That's just my menu card for you.
Dark chocolates are my personal favorite. So I'm mouth watery this
Okay, amazing.
time. So is it going to impact it in a healthy way, right? Our lives, absolutely.
Well, it
In
depends
a
what kind
healthy
of diet you're looking for.
way.
But I hope so. I hope so. It's good for your soul. I hope. I can't say anything else, but I hope that your soul feels fulfilled or quenched after this.
May I ask, what is your perspective of looking at relationships in today's era or today's time?
Yeah, I think Namita, that we've oversimplified the idea of romance and love in Hindi films for a very long time. Not that we haven't made complex stories. We have Yash Chopra ji make Lame, and before that you have Silsila, you have Devdas, the original one. Back in the day, we were really telling some very complex love stories. But मुझे लग रहा है कि over time we oversimplified it. कि बस ऐसा ही होता है, लड़का लड़की को मिलता है, आंखों में बातें हो जाती हैं, प्यार हो जाता है, और मुझे as I was getting older मुझे लगा that's not how things happen. So
Absolutely.
so I really wanted to explore a messier, a more complex story, and I think infidelity is something that's not been done with any kind of respect in our storytelling. We shy away from it, or we try to talk about it in hush hush ways, or we when infidelity is happening in a film, we call it the true love and the soulmate. मगर ऐसा नहीं होता लाइफ में ना, इतना
नहीं होता.
इतना सिंपली नहीं होता, ये चीजें
I
कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाती है.
agree.
So I just wanted to really go down that path and see how can we tell this story. And my whole aim was, how do we tell this story without the lens of judgment? Because वो इतना strong है कि can I tell a story without taking any sides? So my hope is that I'm not taking any sides, and you can watch the film and then you can decide and interpret your own version of the film.
Definitely, I totally agree to what you have said. There is a dialogue in the movie which is like, "Do you think we are messed up people?" That Deepika asked to Siddharth. Now, my same question goes to Shakun also. Do you think we are messed up people? We all are messed up people.
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, everyone is somewhere on the messed up scale, right? It's some accept, some don't accept, some neglect, but everyone is on a messed up scale, and their acceptance is also on a different scale. So you may be messed up at 8, but you think you're messed up at 4. Now that's no one's business to tell you, but at the end of the day, we all have our own demons. We are all trying to be the best version of ourselves. We all after your 20s, when you're in your 30s, we all tend to carry a little baggage. We all tend to be a little damaged from things that have happened to us.
But
And
experience also at the same time after 30.
absolutely, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I think just by saying, "Are we messed up people?" It's not that they are saying that they don't. What it is, it's an acceptance of understanding that things have gotten complex. And I think people are not generally messed up. Situations are messy, and messy situation take people into places where they become messed up. So it's a little bit of that.
Very nice. Acha, like, how did you decide to go about selecting the cast for the movie? Because it's really unconventional to look at Deepika, Ananya, Siddharth, and Dhairya in one place.
I mean, it didn't feel like that to me. Deepika was somebody who was always my number one choice for the part, and then Siddhant is somebody I saw in MC Shade, and I saw immense potential.
Yes.
Ananya is somebody I'd met. My co-writer had spent some time with her. She thought she could be quite right for the part, and I thought she would be. And Dhairya is somebody we found through auditions and casting. So it seems like it was a lot of work, but it wasn't. It happened. I mean, my last film was a lot of work to cast. That took a year and a half. This one happened pretty soon.
Okay, okay. How did you get Naseer sir on board? He's one of the finest actors in Bollywood. How did you convince him doing this
Oh,
part?
it's been my dream to work with Naseer Saab. So I have done, a couple of films, and I'm very close to Ratna, Naseer Saab's
Hmm.
wife.
Okay, okay.
And so obviously I've met Naseer Saab a couple of times, at
Hmm.
his house and social gatherings.
Hmm.
And so when I wrote this part, and it's not a very very big part, and it's a 5 days of shoot for him.
Hmm.
But he had been very encouraging of my last film. He had really liked it. He loved Ratna in it.
Hmm.
So when I told
Hmm.
him I was writing something, and I went up to him, he just said, "Sure, I would love to read." And he read it and called back, and he said, "I love to work with you. So let's just do it."
Oh, wow.
And that's it. And that's how it happened. And I'm so happy and was so fortunate, because I was really really hoping that I get to work with him. And it's been a great experience. And yeah, he's one of those actors who's on everyone's list.
Absolutely, he is. Like I said, he's one of the finest and versatile actors in the industry. Do you think he deserves much more than what he has
Oh,
done so far?
absolutely. Absolutely. I think we unfortunately don't write enough
Hmm.
parts
Hmm.
for a person at his age
Hmm.
with that kind of talent. He
Hmm.
definitely requires and deserves much bigger
Hmm.
parts. It just, I think the kind of storytelling we do, sometimes we don't do justice to those that kind of age bracket or that kind of actors.
Hmm. Absolutely. Any kind of tips that you gave to your actors, like if we talk about the four actors, Deepika, Siddhant, Arya, and Ananya, especially
Tips तो कोई
to
नहीं
play
है
their
यार. I
respective
I feel
characters.
I don't have tips for anyone. Let alone I'll only ask people for advice for myself if I can't give advice. So no, I didn't have any tips. I think the actors were phenomenal. They came prepared. They made my job
Hmm.
really easy, and they were very
Hmm.
supportive, because I can be a
Hmm.
bit demanding when it comes to takes and redoing stuff, and they were
I've heard
always
about that. I've heard about
we,
that.
yeah, we were just a bunch of friends, and everyone just pulling each other's leg, and
Huh.
trying to have. But that's the fun part. I think the good thing is we became friends, and I think because we all became
Wow.
friends, everything was pulling each other's leg. Come on, do one. Okay, try this way, try that way. Okay, today you're fucking taking too many takes, and stuff like that. So now that's what happens. And I mean, I think that's I am so fortunate, and I feel like movies should be made like that. Movies should be made
Hmm.
with friends, not with just professionals.
Shakun, may I ask what kind of films you love watching?
Yes, absolutely. I love comedies actually.
Okay.
I am a huge. Off late, I mean, last year I've not had any time to watch anything, but
Okay.
Succession as a show has been my all-time favorite.
Hmm.
Um, so I would say high drama comedies, complex stories, and directors who are trying to say something more than just the story, are trying to say something which has meaning. So yeah, those kind of films. Of my old favorite films, there would be Wes Anderson films, Billy Wilder films, Woody Allen films. Those things.
Okay. Very nice. And who do you look up to as directors, if I ask?
In India or outside?
India, international, both.
Oh, well, as I said, Billy Wilder. Um,
Hmm.
uh, Billy Wilder. I would say Martin Scorsese. Um,
Hmm.
Alexander Payne.
Hmm.
Those are the ones. Wes Anderson. Those are the directors I look for up to in the West. And in India, I really love the films that some of the films Dibakar sir has
Okay.
made, Zoya has made,
Hmm. Hmm.
some of the films Anurag has made.
Hmm.
Vishal Bhardwaj sir has made some
Okay.
fantastic films, and I think he always with them. The thing is, even if it's a film that you may not love 100%, you know that their effort has been 100%. They are never lazy. They give it their best, and it's you can see they're trying to do something different. They're trying to push the boundaries. And as you said, I mean, those are the kind of films I love. If you're just doing straight up template formula films, it's not so much fun. I love for people
Hmm.
to try different things and ideas.
Hmm. since you were waiting for the film getting released on like Gehraiyan on March 2020, and you have been waiting for a long for a theatrical
Feb
release, I believe.
2020,
Okay,
11th
I'm so
Feb,
sorry.
11th Feb, just to plug
Acha,
it in,
same date.
plugging
Okay.
it in 11th February 2022.
So are you happy like it's getting an OTT release and not a theatrical release? What
Listen,
do you
I'm
have to say on that?
ecstatic. I'm ecstatic because I just wanted the movie to come out, be
Mhm.
seen, and it's a
Mm.
grown-up film. It's a mature film that we made for a grown-up audience, and I think that grown-up audience is watching OTT. And with COVID,
Absolutely.
I'm unsure of how many people are still open to risking and feeling that a
Mm.
lot of people still feel unsafe. So
Mm.
I really feel the time is right. And, Namita, to tell you, when I was growing up, all my favorite films I watched on a laptop or a DVD. I love the films from the 60s and 70s, so I never had a chance to watch them
Oh
on big screen.
wow.
So
Mhm.
for me, uh, if I can love all the films that I love and it has changed me as a person, and I watched all of them on a laptop or a TV or a DVD,
Mm.
then I think stories should be good. Movies connect regardless of, my driver was just talking about a film that he watched on his phone, and he was
Mm.
so excited about having watched it. So
Mm.
it's a thing that in a filmmaker's head you have all these things. Of course I would love to see it on a big screen. Of course I'd love for people to experience on a big screen. But at the end of the day, no, a story should connect. A story should, feel,
Definitely.
make a person feel. So as far as that happens, I think we'll be home.
Mm. Achha, if someone asked me about Shakun, now I remember Shakun of Rock On. है ना? But I want to ask you, like, what change do you see in yourself from Rock On till now?
I was an AD who was trying to understand things.
I
I was still
know.
learning
Uh-huh.
filmmaking, Jane Tuya Jane Na, Dawn, Rock
Yes.
On. I was just a, assistant, but I was very sure that I wanted to direct. So I was learning from every set. I think what changed is I started to feel more responsible. I became more experienced to take those responsibility. I took more risks,
Mm.
and I became more measured in my
Mm.
in my decision making. So I think those are the few things
Great.
that I would say changed and has helped me tremendously.
Mm. Thank you so much. I personally say thank you to you for giving it an OTT release
Oh
because
yeah,
people are having
lovely,
like, they have to be safe and they
absolutely,
get a like chance to watch the films on OTT. I'm so looking
absolutely.
forward to watch it.
Thank you, Namita. I hope you like it. Thank you. Bye.
Definitely, I am going to like it because all are my favorites. Deepika, Siddhant, especially, and Dharya also. I love the most.
Sweet. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shakun, for
Thanks.
talking to us on Punjab.
Thank you.
Please take care.